When the killer is cringe. Do you want to watch? It's 2 hours long. I don't think I want to watch 2 hours long. Wait, sorry. I don't think I want to watch 2 hours long when the killer is cringe. I don't know if I want to watch 2 hours of the killer being cringe. Fuck it. It just came out. Look, it came out 8 hours ago. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's send it.
Mom puts dinner on the table. I'm asking you. Oh, okay. And oh, no, forget that.
In a few seconds, you're going to
Hassan
witness some
moment.
of the most shocking interrogation footage that we've ever received.
Fucking Hassan moment. When the killer is.
You're telling me you understand? We make mistakes. No, 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 no. Here, let me spell it out for you. N O. No, forget that.
Oh my god, I love him banging.
The incomprehensible story behind it will prove to be all the more horrifying.
Well, there's kind of captions already, so.
Real well. Am I here? Am I here? Am I here? Yeah, Mambo Italia. Yeah, Mambo. Excellent words. George Washington. These were the Raiders shirts.
On January 24th, 2007, the quiet confines of Boise,
We're gonna
Idaho
make it
would be changed
1.25
forever
speed,
when
or
42-year-old
1.
mother
1.25,
Judith
okay.
Wyndham is found gruesomely murdered in her own home. Her 16-year-old son, Ethan Wyndham, would ultimately be the one to stumble across the horrifying scene. And so begins one of the most disturbing investigations we've ever seen. However, as authorities sit down with the distraught teenager, they can't help but wonder if his terrifying story is just a ruse, hiding something much more sinister. In the early morning hours of January 25th, 2007, Craig Wyndham is frantically woken by his
Let's
wife.
sit up straight.
She tells him
Don't
that his
look at
son,
me, not
Ethan
wearing
Wyndham,
pants,
has
please,
arrived
chat.
at their house in hysterics.
Pants
Ethan
are
lives
optional.
with his mother, Craig's ex-wife, Judith Wyndham, also known as Judy. Ethan had left his home that morning, setting off to his father's house on
Pants
foot
are
in
optional.
the freezing winter temperatures, all for one terrifying reason. Craig quickly gets out of bed and runs to meet Ethan in the living room, where his son can barely speak. But when he finally does, he utters a disturbing set of words. His mom, Judy, is dead. Craig immediately calls police, who were dispatched to Judy's address, as well as to his own home. However, not a single person could have anticipated the absolute nightmare that was just beginning to unfold.
Hi, Ethan. Dr. Stevens. Were you at your mom's house tonight? Were you sleeping?
I was on my couch.
On your couch?
On my chair.
Okay.
I sometimes fall asleep watching the movies.
Okay, I understand. And where was your mom at when you were sleeping or you were hanging out?
In her room.
She's in her room?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw her? What time?
At 9 o'clock, I believe. I came home from my friend Matt.
Okay, and that's when 9 o'clock tonight?
Yeah.
And that's when you saw your mom?
And I saw her and she was in her bed.
Okay, was she fine and awake when you talked to her?
Yeah,
she was in her bed?
Yeah, she was okay.
You just want to take it easy, and we're going to get paramedics over there, and we're going to get police over there and see if she's okay.
If you stay calm and breathe good, you should be okay.
Ethan seems to struggle to comprehend the unbelievable sight that he's just witnessed, but authorities are eager to speak with the 16-year-old, and he has quite the story to tell. They quickly take him in for questioning while another set of officers make their way to Judy's home on Normandy Drive. What they discover is disturbing beyond belief.
There's blood everywhere, guys. It's right now. It's going to be ahead. There's dry blood on the floor of the bedroom. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah. There's a nice There's pictures of a couple kids on the kitchen cabinets, and there's a bunch of cards for St. Luke's medical clinic. Like all these kids are freaking blacked out some kind of medication. Yeah, these are the boys right there. That one right there, that's your suspect. The bigger one.
It's something straight out of a horror movie. 42-year-old Judy has been murdered in her own bed. Authorities later reported that her face was disfigured beyond recognition, and it appeared that someone used a shotgun in the incomprehensible crime. However, police will soon discover that the deranged killer used more than just one weapon. The following interrogation has never been seen before. It's been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a licensed clinical psychologist, and a former detective, former licensed polygraph examiner, and former hostage
Breaking
negotiation
news.
commander
This also
and
came out
instructor.
earlier today, by the way. This is like today this released. So not only has this never been seen before, but like it's for real, never been seen before. We're the first people ever to cover it, and I'm going to sleep through it because I'm sleepy.
The detectives now sit across from 16-year-old Ethan. and
Live
they read him his
sleep a
Miranda
bee
rights.
reaction.
In the state of Idaho, police are generally free to interrogate minors without any limitations, beyond constitutional provisions that would equally apply to adults in a similar situation. The minor doesn't have to have someone present to represent their interests prior
Where's
to
Turtle
questioning.
2? He's in my
until and
bed. I was
unless the
cuddling
minor
him in bed
specifically
a
makes
couple of days
request for
ago.
counsel or the presence of a parent or guardian. In that case, an interrogation would have to stop upon the request. The detectives ask Ethan if he would like his father to be present during the interrogation, but Ethan states that he would like to continue without his father in the room.
Can you kind of tell me what happened tonight?
I was sleeping in the chair.
I wish I was able to get more comfy here. It's like not comfy enough. It's actually kind of uncomfortable, one might even say.
You know, that really loud, just thud kind of noise. And, you know, I have no idea what that is, you know.
The detectives jump right into questioning Ethan without spending any time building rapport. This can be very detrimental, as rapport building is not just about getting the other person to talk, but also to build a foundation of a relationship, which can then minimize the person's anxiety and get them to relax, open up more, or even to trust the interrogator.
I saw my mother earlier, around 9 o'clock, which would be fine, right before I started watching a movie. And I watched the movie and, you know, fell asleep, but in the chair. And then I came, saw that, you know, like, it was, all the lights were off in the house anyway. But, you know, just kind of got a glimpse that something was going on, you know, and, you know,
What's going on?
the guy was whacking her and stabbing her.
It's noteworthy that Ethan not only says the guy was whacking her and stabbing her, but that he also motioned the actions. These movements were remarkably in sync for him allegedly just seeing the actions.
We've been to the house, okay, so we kind of have an understanding of what happened. And like I told you before, we kind of know a little bit about everything that went on tonight before we even came in to talk to you. You understand that, Ethan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ethan's fast and repeated head nodding here is likely an indication of anxiety. However, he may be reeling from his traumatic experience of finding his mother dead.
I know quite a bit about you and your mother and your relationship. Yeah. So what I'd like to do, Ethan, is kind of rewind a little bit to the beginning, you know, to tonight. All right, when you're at home with your mom, and kind of have you start over, because I think what's happening is you're kind of going down the wrong path. Okay.
It's no secret that Ethan and his mother had a tumultuous relationship, to say the least, but authorities have only scratched the surface of the horrifying nightmare that was hidden behind closed doors.
Did you go to school today?
I did.
On Wednesday.
I did, but I had to go home early.
It might be a controversial take, but unless it's self-defense, killing someone is always cringe. What if they're acting sus?
Even though he's answering the questions, Ethan is still pretty closed off, with his arms tightly crossed.
What if they were acting
Though we can't
sus?
totally see his legs, it looks like they're also crossed and aimed away from the investigator, indicating that Ethan has his guard up and isn't super engaged with the investigator. The investigator should have engaged in rapport building before he started questioning him, because it may have prevented him from being quite so closed off.
I didn't really want to go around the full day, you know, taking a weird step, and, you know, kind of just having a weird spasm in my legs, so I called it my
Fuck
dad.
off, Brady. He's starting shit in my chat.
What happened after that, Ethan?
After that,
Brady's starting
Saturday, you know,
shit.
when your mom come home.
I don't know, mainly around 3 or so. I was just sitting there with the chair, just kind of watching some movies.
Little shit disturber.
Watching
Little shit disturber.
one I see
Like what?
happy accidents.
Happy what?
Accidents.
Happy accidents?
You ever seen that?
No. So you and your mom were watching these together?
No. She wasn't, you know.
Ethan goes into a long tangent, setting up his timeline. He shakes his head no when saying the time his mom came home, as well as that he was watching some movies, indicating a slight brain and body disconnect.
I
Ooh.
don't know, mainly around 3 or so, watching some movies.
Notably, he thinks about it, and then names a movie he said he's seen over and over, which is an easy way to keep his story straight if he's lying.
Sometimes she'd come, you know, and actually do watch some movie.
Did she take a nap yesterday, being Wednesday, after school? Okay.
Ethan had a rather interesting taste in film, but there would be one movie in particular that he favored above the rest. Authorities will soon learn exactly which movie that is. and
I bet it
Ethan's
was.
terrifying reasons
I
as
bet
to
it was
why
the
he loved
Emoji
it
Movie.
so much.
I bet it was the Emoji Movie.
A little later, I worked out with my friend. He lives across the street.
Anyone else here watch the Emoji Movie? I saw that shit in theaters.
Usually work out in my house because I got a little gym set up in my house. But I just decided to work out with him because he said he wanted to work out.
Why? When I watched the Emoji Movie in theaters, I'm not even kidding. I'm being for real right now. I laughed at every single poop emoji joke that was made. Every single one got a laugh out of me. Every single one got a laugh out of me.
Ethan's recent interest in fitness
Every
was
poop
growing into
emoji joke.
borderline obsession.
Everyone.
Over the last several months, he had
Without
gained a
fail.
significant amount of weight. According to official police documents, the teenager was consistently drinking weight gainer and may have been using steroids. Although
There's like a
there was
little part where
strange
him and his little
explanation behind
poop
his
son go to the
newfound hobby.
bathroom, and then
As he
they
continues
start
with his story,
chanting
he
after they
states
go
that
to
he
the
returned home from
bathroom,
his friend's house around
and they
8:30
start
that night.
chanting, instead of
Judy
chanting
was
"We're
reportedly
number
asleep in
one,"
her
they
room
go.
at this time. Ethan decided to sit down in his chair in the living room where he supposedly watched several
I can't
films
even
before
say it
falling
without
asleep.
laughing.
He would apparently have woken to the
They go-
horrifying sounds of his mother being
They go,
gruesomely
"We're
murdered.
number two. We're number two."
I woke up.
What I told you was a referral statement, and Ethan delivers it pointedly. In contrast, though, he does a few exaggerated head nods and a slight one-shoulder shrug when saying, "when I woke up," which indicate his anxiety and low confidence in what he's saying.
God, I just popped
Along
my
with the intense eye
fucking thing
contact he's
open.
making
One
with the
sec.
detective, it's clear Ethan is
Oh,
really
whatever.
trying to appear honest.
Ethan, understand the whole thing's okay.
There's like I don't think these are actual. I don't remember any of the other poop jokes, but a couple other ones were like, that like if something like seemed off or whatever, he's like, "There's a whole stinker on this situation." Like they would just like jokes like that, you know what I mean? And it was so funny. Every time the poop emoji was on screen, I knew something good was gonna happen. I was just so fucking ready.
What happened? Yeah.
I was so ready.
Tell me what happened, Ethan. Okay, you need to be honest with me and tell me what truly happened today or yesterday. Okay? Can you do that, Ethan? I am.
That was a good movie, honestly. I had a great time with it.
Like that, I want you to tell the truth. I understand. You do that, Ethan. I understand.
Don't be an emoji movie hater. If you haven't seen the movie, you don't have a right to have an opinion on it.
Did you notice that? Ethan repeatedly nods his head again once the detective applies more pressure. As he talks, his hands and arms are moving like they should be involved with his words, but he's keeping them tight across his chest so that they can't betray him. He very
Ooh.
rarely drops the barrier and allows his hands to be expressive as you would in normal conversation. Watch when he does use his hands, though, as they're often in exaggerated, slightly unnatural movements, as though he's thinking too hard.
I told you to. Well, no, you didn't tell me the truth yet. I need you to go ahead and tell me the truth. Well, then what's the truth? I understand you have some issues. Okay, I understand that you've had problems at school. I understand that
What? Look at his face. Look at his
that's
scrunchy
what you want in the
face.
past. That's normal. I mean, that's what teenagers
You have
do,
trouble
right?
remembering to
Sometimes they feel
uncross
lost.
your arms in convos too? I think about it sometimes. Sorry to interrupt the video a couple times here, but I think about stuff like body language is so important, right? Like when I get into if I ever get into an Uber, and the little things, right? But I can't show you because I'm not wearing pants. But I grab my legs like this, okay? And they point towards the window. My legs don't point towards the driver right? My legs point, they don't point inwards towards the car. They point outwards towards like the door, right? And that, like, that's just body language saying like, I don't want to talk to you. Like I'm facing this direction. I'm not facing you. I'm facing this way, right? Like there's a lot of things,
Okay, but I honestly need you to rewind what happened yesterday.
I like body
I need you to
language,
tell me.
personally.
That's the part. Listen, that's the part you're not listening. You're not understanding.
I'm listening, but you're
Right,
telling me
you're not listening because
I am because you're telling me
right.
that you want to hear the
So
truth.
I'm telling you, I want to hear the truth.
And okay, then I want to hear why don't you listen to
Look at him go. He's getting mad. Bro, you killed your mom. Own it. Literally just own it. Like, grow
Ethan is
up.
attempting to get the detective to tell him what they know and what evidence they have so that he can get his story to match and not give away more than he has to.
What I want to do is I want you to tell me. I want you to be an
Yeah,
honest
literally
man,
grow up.
okay?
Like,
I'm trying to let you talk.
hurry up and turn
Tell me
18.
exactly what happened there. Okay, I think you feel bad. Okay, I'm not calling you a liar. Okay,
No, you
I'm
just
not calling you a liar. No, I'm not calling you a liar, Ethan.
you just did.
No.
You
I'm
just
calling you a liar.
did.
I'm saying that we need to go back and revisit what happened so we can walk through, in your words, what exactly happened over there.
Ethan sticks to his alibi, but the detective is under the impression that there's something he's holding back. And by the end of this shocking interrogation, a crazy
We'll
and
know
completely
exactly
unexpected
what it
revelation will be
was.
made. For now, Ethan is confronted by the other detective in the room.
I've been working homicides for 30 years. And there's a couple things that I need to tell you. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay?
Minimizing.
You made a big mistake. We understand. I want you to listen.
Oh, yeah. Minimizing.
There's
Wow.
something you need to understand. Number one, you don't know that. You don't know that there wasn't a surveillance van outside the house that we've had planted there working on somebody else that has a 360-degree camera facing on your front door. Nobody went in or outside of your house. Period. Till you left.
Just making bullshit up.
Despite
Just
the interrogator not sounding particularly convincing here about the 360 camera,
complete
Ethan's
bullshit.
facial expressions give him away. It's like the look that a child gives you when you're calling them out on a lie. He clearly thinks he's got it together and has a good story, but he doesn't, and it shows all over him, especially in his incredibly conspicuous and exaggerated facial expressions.
Secondarily, I know your fascination with Mr.
Why did he
Allison.
kill his mom? We'll have to figure that out. That's the one thing we don't know. Maybe she was
Listening to me?
The
a
detective
sussy
references the
baka.
author Bret Easton Ellis, who's most notable for his 1991 novel American Psycho.
No.
Ethan is a big fan of his work.
No way. Bro was literally the Sigma Beale? No way, no way, no way. Brady, is
However,
that
his
you?
fascination with the fictional story has transformed into an unsettling
Oh,
obsession.
fuck.
The story is set in Manhattan in the late
Oh
1980s.
my
and it
god. Look at him. Bro thinks he's him. Bro thinks he's fucking him.
follows
Holy
the life
shit.
of a mid-20s wealthy investment banker who lives among the Wall Street elite. The well-educated and meticulously well-manicured Patrick Bateman, who narrates the story, earns his fortune by day, but is a ruthless serial killer by night. In addition to its novel form, a satirical psychological horror film was released in 2000. Of
You know
course,
what's
to
so
Ethan,
funny?
It was much more than
I know
just
that the title of the video is When the Killer is Cringe or whatever, but like, I honestly didn't find like the little outbursts he had at the start of the thing. Like, those weren't like super cringe, but his obsession with Christian Bale is like actually like really like setting off my cringe meter right now.
a book or a movie.
Like, this is the
as you'll
most
see.
cringe thing
He's not
yet.
calling you a liar, but what he's saying is we know what happened didn't happen. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. You hurt your mother. And I know you. Why would I do this? Well, that's what we're here to do. Why would that's what we're here to talk to you. Why would I hurt her? Listen to me. Everybody makes mistakes. For no reason? First of all, do you know the difference between right and wrong? Of course I do. Believe in God?
Ooh.
No? Okay.
After Ethan makes
Oh,
more
he's an
attempts at trying to
atheist.
get the detectives to tell him what they know, he has a massive shift in his behavior. Prior, he seemed
Arms
okay,
or
but is suddenly
open?
talking differently and even using a different accent. He's also dropped his barrier.
Mm-hmm.
One thing to note is that he appears very uncomfortable with the detective being in his personal space, and he's backed into the corner with no easy access to the door. However, this is a strange reaction to have being asked if he knows the difference between right and wrong. It doesn't make logical sense as a trigger for the average person, so perhaps it's something that's been said to him in the past.
Surveillance
Ooh.
camera outside absolutely shows nobody went in or outside of your house. Do you understand that? Okay. What am I telling you? That you guys didn't check the back. The only person, no, there is no back. The only person that went in, there's no back door. It's locked with the thing. There's no. I locked the back door. Listen to me. The door was locked. A bad guy can't lock the door on his way out. I locked the back door. You're not listening to me. Listen to me. If you say you know the difference between right and wrong, then a judge is going to have to make a decision on what to do.
With this answer, Ethan throws his hands in the air, known as a gravity-defying gesture, which is a bit of an odd reaction. He's clearly agitated, with his body completely turned away from the officer. The officer is intentionally interrupting his lie so that he doesn't get entrenched in it. But it does seem like this officer is doing a lot of the talking and not allowing Ethan to fill in the story.
You understand that? He's going to say, Detective Doug and Detective Smith, when you had the ability to go talk to Ethan, was he remorseful in what he did? Did he feel bad about what he did, or did he go, you know what, some other guy? I already know these things because I'm getting charged with battery.
The 16-year-old was a top-notch student at Bora High School, where he took several advanced placement classes and excelled in his academic career. However, his favorite subject to study was that of the criminal mind, serial
Ooh.
killers to be exact.
And what you need to do now is take a step back and tell us why you hurt your mom. She did something to you, or this was some fascination that you have here watching these movies that you acted out. Do you not understand this book? Okay, tell me about this book.
Look at his reaction.
And tell us why you hurt your mom.
Look
She
at him,
did
look at
something
him.
to you, or this was some fascination that you have here watching these movies that you acted out. Do you not understand this book? Okay, tell me about this book.
Oh my god, he got so mad about he attacked American Psycho and he got so defensive. Do you even understand? Do you even understand Christian Bale's character? Do you even know who he is? Do you even know who Patrick Bateman is? Did you even watch the movie?
Have you never even heard about books like
You even
these?
heard about him?
Have you never even heard about books like these? Do you not understand the concept? Tell me of the idea of the business world itself. Tell me what he said. Why don't you look at Patrick Bateman as a business himself? What does he do? Anyone that gets in his way, he knocks out. What do big business in Wall Street? What does Walmart do? The mom and pop shops, they knock it out. You gotta understand. I'm an AP English. I've been analyzing this stuff beyond belief because this is my author study.
It's clear that Patrick Bateman's fictional success in the world of Wall Street banking has had a profound effect on Ethan, and he seems to think he's of the same mindset. However, his other likenesses to the character are far more disturbing.
Because, you know, I understand.
I'm an AP
what he's doing.
English.
He's
I'm
seeing
just like
his books.
Patrick Bateman.
She's making
Here's
fun
something
of
I
it.
do understand. Here's something I do understand. I think right now you're scared.
I'm scared.
But you're
No,
scared.
I'm wondering.
You're scared of what you did, and you're afraid of what's going to happen to you. A. And B. You're not willing to admit that what you did.
The detectives have missed a couple of opportunities to build rapport with Ethan,
Yeah.
which could have aided their interview. For example, they could have tried to relate to him over his interests. It
I
seems
think
like
this
they're
was
pushing too
before the
quickly
Sigma
without
memes,
rapport,
yeah.
And at this point, it's just making
He's
Ethan
an
more
OG
and more
fan.
angry. Because of this, we're missing key parts of Ethan's background, such as why exactly he started bulking up.
Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience? Do you feel bad about what happened in there? I'm not sure you do. I'm not
This
sure you feel
detective
bad
is
about what happened.
ass.
It's
This
just
guy,
yours.
you know this guy fucking sees a box of donuts and goes, ooh, don't mind if I do.
What you did to your mom?
What did I do to my mom?
What you did to your mom was you hurt her very bad.
Hurt her very bad. She really ain't living.
No, she isn't. Why isn't she?
That ain't hurting very bad. Why would I kill my mom? You know what? Okay. The door was locked. Hello. Do you not understand that when I get home, I like
Look
to
at this,
do
look at this motherfucker.
Why would I kill my mom? You know what? Okay. The door was locked. Hello.
Bro, literally bat chesting.
Is that what you're saying? That you can see that someone coming in from the back?
Listen,
You're not.
The detective had tried to minimize, and it backfires, resulting in Ethan getting upset that he doesn't acknowledge that his parent is dead. For being so young, Ethan is challenging the detective in a very bold manner. He hasn't been emotionally broken down by the interrogation process, and seems to be trying to hang on, even though he appears to be struggling with his speech.
Fingerprints? Those are my weights.
I didn't hear anything about it. What happened to the weights?
The
What?
weights. Did you not see that I saw her? I saw the vote. I saw her.
I saw the vote.
No.
I saw the
How am I supposed to
vote.
react when I saw what that person did to my mom?
What happened to the weights?
What happened to the weight? You really want me to go into this?
Ethan is doing a lot of self-soothing leg rubbing, and he also finally squares his body to fully face the officer. This can sometimes mean someone is engaged in the conversation, but in this case, it's a very aggressive stance.
He's
and
so
he's
mad.
clearly anxious. What's interesting, though, is that when Ethan hits his hand on the table, it's way before he starts talking, which shows that his nonverbals are mistimed again.
You really want me to go into this?
His emotion, while still slightly elevated, is suddenly much flatter than it was previously.
Yeah, that seems
This
so
rapid
fake.
emotion change generally indicates that it was
Yeah.
a fake display.
Yeah, this seems
By
super
repeating the
fake.
questions asked by the detective, it seems like Ethan is trying to buy himself time to come up with an answer.
Yeah, literally.
Relax.
How am I supposed to relax when someone crunches her skull and rips out her brains
The pauses, hear the pauses.
with a weight?
Listen to the pause. He's searching for the words.
How am I supposed to relax when someone crunches her skull and rips out her brains with a weight?
So tell me how they did that.
How did they do that?
How did they do that?
Hello? Do you not see the blood splatters? Can you not make... I thought you were a detective. If you're such a detective, why can't you see blood splatters? I saw it, everything. When I turned on the lights, dear, oh my God, you gotta be effing kidding me. And now you're trying to pinpoint this on me?
It's a little strange and telling of his actual emotional control that he self-censors here. Few teens are going to actually censor themselves in the heat of genuine anger. This more than anything indicates this display is an act. He's not actually angry. He's acting angry.
Yeah.
You know what? Tell your prosecutor that I don't have remorse. I don't care.
You don't have any remorse for this?
No, he's getting
I don't
worse.
remorse for you.
He's getting worse. Honestly, it's funny because up until this point, I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. This is my armchair psychologist. Tell me if you agree with me, chat. Tell me if you agree with my theory, okay? For all of this point, he's not acting. For all of this stuff, okay?
Who lives among the walls.
He's not acting, okay?
This is. I understand.
He's being exaggerated or whatever, yeah, but he's not really like, it's not a show. He's not putting on a performance. But once Patrick Bateman gets brought up and he starts thinking about Patrick Bateman, I think he starts to try and get into character as who he believes the Patrick Bateman-ified version of himself is. And I think at this point, after this moment, you can tell me if you agree or not with this, but I think he only starts acting at this point, right after the Patrick Bateman moment, is because he's now like trying to become like the Sigma Beale version, you know, the Sigma Christian Bale version of himself right now. And it's not a real person, but that's the character. Anyway. Anyway, yeah.
This more than anything indicates this
That's my
display is an
theory.
act. He's not actually angry. He's acting angry.
You know what? Tell your prosecutor that I don't have remorse. I don't.
Like he thinks that this is him thinking this is what a cool guy would say. This is what a Patrick Bateman would say, is what he's thinking when he says this.
You don't have any remorse for this?
I don't got no remorse for you.
He gets a fake accent. I don't think it's Patrick Bateman here specifically that he's emulating, but he's emulating like a specific, like he's emulating a character here now, you know?
But you ain't got nothing to better than you in your time? Huh?
Oh
You
no.
listen to my dad? Is that what my dad tells you?
Oh
know what?
no.
My dad doesn't know work. Holmes is tripping. If you don't understand.
Holmes is tripping. What is this accent? What is bro talking about? Who does he think he is? Holmes is tripping.
Don't give a care about me.
Don't give a care about me? No. I can't, dude, this is terrible.
It would have been better for the detective to agree with him rather than disagreeing to further damage rapport. Or if not agreeing, then he should have asked for more information. However, this may be the root of where his anger is coming from here. He thinks nobody cares about him and sees himself as a victim.
He booted me out of his house the other weekend.
Why is he?
I thought I didn't appreciate that.
Why is he got a shitty southern accent now?
Don't tell me you know you do. You don't even know.
What makes this interrogation all the more disturbing is that the detectives are only getting a small glimpse into Ethan's short temper. But his family is all too familiar with the teenager's intensifying anger. As investigators sit down with Craig, Ethan's father, he provides a brief insight into the troubled life that his son is leading.
I feel like I need to tell you right now.
Did he kill his mom wanting to frame his dad? He told the officers that someone, like a stranger, killed his mom. I don't know exactly. We'll have to find out, I guess. I don't know if he wanted to frame his dad.
Well, that's something we're trying to piece together, sir. I'd like to chat with you. I'd give you some time here to kind of collect yourself. I'm ready to chat. He said he'd been wandering around all night.
Oh, poor dad. The way he knew.
Please.
Fuck.
He said, I couldn't get out, but I can tell you the first thing that came to my mind is he's responsible.
Damn, his dad knew. His dad, how unbelievable. You kill your mom and your dad just knows.
However, he apparently hitchhiked the rest of the way. When he arrived, Craig's wife opened the door. She was shocked to see that not only was Ethan incessantly crying, but he was also wearing a Kevlar vest. The protection gear made his visit all the more suspicious.
Damn.
When he spoke with his father, Ethan told him that they should not go to Judy's home, as her face was beat down. Horrified, Craig immediately called the police. Sitting down with investigators, Craig mentions that Judy had confided in him on several previous occasions that she was scared of her own son.
God
and
damn.
not for just one reason alone. As it turns out, Ethan was living a shocking double life, And behind closed doors, he was anything but your typical teenager.
What?
Mom puts dinner on the table. She gives me nice clothes. I have no reason to do nothing to her. I have no reason to do nothing at all. That woman.
Can I ask you this, Ethan?
What do you want to ask me? Huh?
For chances
Huh?
for another part of Ethan?
Huh?
I can tell there's a part
A
that
part of Ethan.
another
I some alternate personality. I can't tell you, Holmes. MPD don't work. MPD's got.
He's restraining himself? Yeah, because he's, yeah, exactly.
Ethan makes some very strange mouth movements, like he's talking faster than he means to and isn't sure what to say.
He
His
is,
fake
he's
laugh
trying to
ends as
play a
quickly as
tough
it
guy,
begins and
exactly.
signals
He's,
a rapid shift in his expressed emotions. This is pretty similar to the Patrick Bateman laugh in the movie,
oh
and is
no.
one of many indications that Ethan is trying to act like the character.
I knew
Though
it!
the similarities
Didn't I fucking call it? Didn't I call it?
only become eerie as the interview continues. Unfortunately, the interrogation methods are
Five
being
head,
poorly
Aoife.
implemented, and the officer is
I
jumping
swear to
all
God,
over the
I'm
place.
just fucking
Ethan is
insane.
literally laughing at all the interrogation techniques because they're not being executed properly.
You want to do some little schizophrenia in my head, Holmes? I'll tell you,
Holmes?
because I know all the symptoms.
Holmes?
Don't tell me there's another part of Ethan. Ethan is Ethan, and that's it.
Ethan has shifted the way he's talking, which is a marked change in the interrogation. By saying MPD, he's referring to multiple personality disorder, but the detective probably just means how everyone has a good side and a bad
Yeah.
side. Ethan takes it to the extreme, so it sounds completely insane, which is a common tactic among individuals trying to be deceptive and is a form of manipulation. The tactic is to take
You hope the
something small
detective
and
really is
innocuous
named
and
Holmes?
turn it into a mountain so you can deny it without actually lying. Ethan was facing a multitude of personal struggles, though he doesn't mention it. In 2006, the year prior, he was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and struggled with anxiety.
Me
He was
too, bro.
prescribed
Me
various
too. Me
medications and
too.
began seeing a counselor who became very concerned in regards to his condition. They believed him to be a psychopath.
Uh-oh.
Technically, psychopathy isn't a separate diagnosis from antisocial personality disorder, though a
Oof.
psychopath is part of a small percentage of individuals with ASPD who would be at the extreme end of the disorder spectrum. However, as he's 16, Ethan would not technically qualify for ASPD.
He's
but
not
in
just like
extreme
me. I'm not
circumstances, individuals may
ASPD.
get
I just want to be clear. I don't have
labeled as having
ASPD.
a personality
Just to be
disorder
clear.
with antisocial characteristics a bit younger than 18.
Maybe something on the cluster B, but I don't know about ASPD.
I think you already.
Oh, hold on, you ain't know.
Holmes, you ain't know me. You ain't know the first thing about me.
I'm thinking you ain't know nothing. You telling me you understand, we make mistakes, you know what?
Do you know how many Ethans I've talked to that's been set?
There should be a spinning Aoife emote. That could be good, actually.
Congratulations.
Do you know how many Ethans I've
Just
set?
because you're a psychopath doesn't mean you have to kill your mom. Exactly. 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 I mean, think of it, right? That's why so many psychopaths go into law, or go into nursing, or they go into business. You know, there's plenty of ways to get your psychopathic tendencies out without killing people. You know, especially nurses. Nurses. I don't know if you knew this. You probably knew this, but I'm gonna tell you anyways if you didn't know it. Nursing is like the most common profession for psychopaths to do. The most common.
And I put him in prison for murder. Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them, and you're not going to be an exception.
Yeah.
Normally, the detective shouldn't remind a suspect of the impending consequences at this point in the interrogation. What appears to be happening is that the detective is getting irritated with Ethan and taking it personally.
There was one Angel of Death serial killer, right? Damn, I didn't hear about that. New fear unlocked? Damn. Yeah, no, I actually kind of do have a fear of nurses too. I'm like, what if I go into the hospital and they're just there to torment me, and they're not even there to really help me. The nurses is just there to torment me.
He's not cooperating and he's being pretty disrespectful, and it almost comes across as threatening.
Yeah, you want to know what prison is? I sit in a cell my full time.
You okay with that?
Are you dumb? Do you not understand how that system works? That's one of the dumbest correctional systems I ever heard of. Holmes, I could sit in a cell for the rest of my life and be happy. I know your name. But no, you think you're somehow smarter than me. You've been on the force for...
He targeted people with do not resuscitate and suffering. Ah, damn. And he just, I guess, what did he talk them into death, basically? Or something like that? Would do not... What did he kill them? But this, in order to...
Was an idiot.
Like, did he actually
Hey,
fully kill them, or
so,
did he
Jane,
talk him into it or
trying to
whatever?
tell me I like 50 Cent. You guys don't listen, you detectives. It's like, you know what? I could have seen this 20 minutes there of your BS by telling you I don't like 50 Cent. I don't really like this full club scene. All that gangster scene, it's all just music. It's all just show. But no, Holmes is trying to tell me what it is because he's
Oh,
so
the police are
smart.
unable. Oh, that
Typically, an
sucks.
innocent person gets angry when they're being accused of something they didn't do.
Why did he? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but this is super important. Actually, this is super important. This is super important. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Okay, hold on. Quick. This is super important. This is super important, Chad. This is super
I could
important.
have seen this 20 minutes there of your BS by telling you I don't like 50 Cent.
God, I look at the computer say, Floyd say, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
I don't really like this full club scene. All that gangster scene, it's all just music. It's all just show. But no, Holmes is trying to tell me what it is because he's so smart.
Typically, an innocent person gets angry when they're being accused of something they didn't do. But Ethan is unusually combative. Rather than being a sign of innocence,
He
Ethan's
spiked their
fake and
bags into
exaggerated anger
him.
is an
That's fucked
indication of
up.
his
That's
immaturity
messed
and
up.
apparent social skills deficits. Innocent people get truly angry, and real anger or emotion doesn't flip back and forth like a switch. Ethan switches it off and on. As well, a mature liar knows that getting angry makes people not like you.
Where was the thing of? Wait, what did he say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say for me or whatever, I don't get angry super often, but the one of the easiest ways to make me angry is to accuse me of like something I didn't do, or not, or tell me I'm a liar when I'm not lying.
As well,
That's like
a
the
mature
easiest way
liar
to get
knows
me
that
mad.
getting angry makes people not like you, and that affects whether they believe you or not. It's why typical liars and killers don't react as much to accusations and interrogation, because they know it will affect their chances of being believed. Teenagers, for the most part, haven't had
Early
the time to
female
perfect
serial
it.
killers go
As
into
well,
nursing
Ethan has
so they
learned
get away with
aggression and
murdering
anger gets
patients.
him his way. Something that most people
Based
usually learn doesn't
girl
work as
boss.
effectively as sweet-talking by the time they're a bit older. However, this is of no surprise, given his past. Although Ethan was mostly compliant to those in positions of authority, most notably his teachers, he didn't show the same level of respect for his mother. Their relationship began to deteriorate when Ethan became controlling and would apparently bully Judy.
If your family were violently murdered and the cops were grilling me like I'd kill them, I'd probably ugly cry like hell. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the way that you would get angry here is not like you wouldn't get angry in this way, right? You would get angry like you'd be freaking out probably. Like, actually freaking out. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know. You'd probably be having you probably have like an actual meltdown. I think but but the problem is also you could have a meltdown if you were just caught, right? Like there's multiple reasons for you to have a meltdown if you're being accused of it, right? Which is why it's important to understand like the body languages or whatever, the fake performances or whatever.
Getting what he wanted.
But the thing is, like, if you're telling the truth, you got nothing to hide, right? It's always easier to tell the truth than it is to lie. It just is. It just is easier because you don't have to fabricate anything. You don't have to remember false details. You don't have to keep a story straight. You don't have to be able to convincingly act any emotions. You just do the real thing.
He told his mother that he would like to use the master bedroom as his own, and supposedly forced her into moving her belongings into the smallest room. He then took over the living room, where he apparently pushed all of the furniture to one side of the room, so he could place his chair in front of the TV. Ethan would mostly use it while playing video games and watching movies. On the occasions when he didn't get his way, things would supposedly escalate, and in a most violent manner. Ethan's brazen comments and interrogation show his lack of respect for authority, which is a red flag indicating possible conduct disorder or oppositional defiant disorder. He could be diagnosed with either of these disorders at his age, and they're precursors to ASPD.
This isn't going to go away. I already know it because this is your guys' store, whatever.
It's just gonna go away. Yeah, we're gonna make a decision on what to do with you when we leave this room. What do you think we should do with
Let me go.
The officer walked right into that one. Ethan seems to be running this interrogation.
It's kind of true though. That's really actually but that's really funny. What do you think we should do?
with you when we leave this room? What do you think we should do with
And just let me go.
You actually think I want to let me go?
The officer walked right into that one. Ethan seems to be running this interrogation. Notice the shift in his hand gestures to more lively movements. This is a marked change that he's feeling more confident.
Yeah.
Just let me go. Let me be.
Let you go where?
Wherever.
That's not
What was after? You just asked me. What should we do? What kind of question is it?
This guy, just to be clear, this guy is terrible. This guy is getting owned. This guy is getting he's losing. It's embarrassing. This guy's a shit interrogator for sure.
What I did.
I thought the other guy was also not very good. But this guy is so ass. Get him out of here.
What I did, as I told you. What I did.
Nobody goes in the front.
Because no one gets in the front. Nobody goes in the back.
And it's just you.
Really?
It's just you and him alone.
Oh, okay. So,
The worst part is he's getting agitated as well. Like he's getting agitated and he's making no progress.
You're gonna be arrested for murder.
there's no one that could be hiding in the garage. No one could be hiding. Nowhere. No. Of course not. Because you guys are all smart. You guys got taps all over my house or something.
Are you ready to listen to me now for a minute?
No.
Wait.
No.
Will you listen to me for a minute?
Did I just tell you twice? No.
If perchance I brought your dad in here, would you talk to him too?
Yeah, right.
Would you?
Yeah, right. Did you not hear me? I said no. At least how many times? Does that not compute? No. Here, let me spell it out for you. N-O.
Would you explain this to me? Okay.
Next, the interrogation moves on to the topic of one of Ethan's greatest fascinations.
There's an idea of Patrick Bateman, but he's simply not there. Think of it this way. Business. He's a business. He's a big corporate business like Walmart.
Is this right here a movie? Is that right? Is that a movie?
This guy is so cringe. This guy is so cringe. Oh my god.
In that movie? Did somebody get hurt in that movie?
Oh my god, this guy is so cringe.
I haven't seen it.
Of course, but if you don't understand,
Did somebody get hurt in the movie?
it's a book too.
Okay, so
You have to know the book before you can watch a movie. Same thing with any book.
I guess my question is, help me because I haven't seen the movie. Who gets hurt in the movie?
People that get in his way
And how is it they get hurt?
any way they can.
Does he hurt his mother?
He's eating the officer? Come on. Dude, that's just because he's a big boy. Come on.
In the movie, it doesn't mention the mother, nothing. In the book, it mentions mother, but their family's dysfunctional. If you don't follow his reading, you don't understand nothing about nothing.
Tell me how you see your family in relation to this. Do you see your family?
I don't see my family in relation to that.
Ethan's favorite movie would turn out to be the film adaptation of his most treasured book, the controversial yet popular American Psycho.
Of course.
Ethan soon began to emulate Patrick Bateman's
Of course
character.
he did. Of course he
apparently
did.
forced his mother to buy him expensive skincare products,
course.
like those that Patrick Bateman uses
Oh,
in
of
the
course.
movie. In addition, Ethan supposedly bullied Judy into buying him a white comforter for his bed. Patrick Bateman also had the same one. There was also Ethan's obsession with fitness, yet another similarity between him and the film's main character. As well, Ethan's mention of Patrick Bateman's family being dysfunctional is a further indication that he relates to and feels a strong affiliation with the character. As the interrogation progresses, the detectives will learn that there were even more ways that Ethan tried to become Patrick Bateman. You'll notice that Ethan also has the book Without
He
Conscience,
is so
too,
not him.
and some other fairly advanced clinical and forensics books. Either he's trying to understand himself, or he's been planning.
Why would I go to my dad's house and go and talk to him about this?
You know why?
If I did this,
You know why?
what? Because I was supposed to feel guilt?
Did you feel bad?
You can talk to my therapist, have you?
Can I?
Can you? Hell no. I didn't know they didn't get out on the side for me.
I really do.
You feel sorry for me?
I really do.
I feel sorry for you.
Okay. Well, I'm not the one that's going to be charged with this.
Yeah, but you're the one that's living in a world where you're controlled.
Nobody goes
No,
on
why- Really? Because you got cameras on that side?
We haven't processed the scene yet to see exactly what you left in there.
Oh, he's giving him information.
What?
What I tell you what we will do. We'll go process
process it.
Oh my god, this detective is so ass. It's funny though because this guy is like he is cringe, but at the same time he's beating this guy. So you know who's the cringer person
I
here?
already tell what you find me there. I covered up everything. Okay. I covered up everything because it's a horrible sight. I tried to wipe out the blood.
Why?
Why?
Why wouldn't you call the cops and say, my mom's hurt?
To be fair, it's a small town and we don't get a lot of murders. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure this guy, but you know, this is probably the worst event that ever happened to this town ever. So yeah, I guess this guy just doesn't have practice, but I can still criticize him for being ass because he is ass.
Excuse me, like you're doing right now.
Relax, people.
No, forget that. Because you know what? You're not thinking of other alternatives. They could escape through the side window.
The detectives do have to consider that Ethan may be telling the truth. If there was an intruder, it's possible that they could have committed the heinous crime and escaped through a window. But investigators find this to be unlikely, especially given the fact that it would have been a random killing. Judy was not the kind of person to have enemies. The dedicated mother worked as a special education teacher at Eagle High School. Family, friends, and her fellow co-workers described her as the epitome of kindness.
Ow.
However, Judy's life was full of trials and tribulations. She and Ethan's father divorced after having 2 children together, and in the year 2000, she was reportedly hit by a car while walking. The incident would almost claim her life. It was following her recovery that she went back to college and pursued a degree in special education. Wanting to help others overcome their disabilities, she took on what she felt to be the most rewarding job, teaching. To think that someone would want to take her life was almost incomprehensible. But evil comes in all forms, and it knows no bounds.
Just ask him what you want.
I was expecting there to be like a dark past to her or something, like there was going to be something dark about the family relationship, but it would actually be even more sad if she really did never do, like, she wasn't a bad person at all. It would be significantly sadder, I think, if she was just not at all, you know, a bad person, and he just killed her. I gotta fix my something. I'm like...
My room, everyone. My room. On my white sheets.
Can I get you a glass of water? You want a glass of water? Want a glass of water?
I didn't drink water. I already drank enough water today.
Would you like some more?
Why would I want some more? I already told you. On my white sheets.
We are going to go
there.
Actually, be right back.
On my white sheets. No, you don't want to listen?
Yeah, I'm listening.
On my white sheets.
This guy is
there's
getting
a stain of
cooked.
black from the weights.
Okay.
I love that bed like no other. I made it white for a reason. Now wouldn't I wipe that black off if I did that myself?
It's bad timing to interrupt and leave when Ethan is ready to talk. This specific officer hasn't been doing well with Ethan so far, and he probably should have left earlier. However, though this tactic may seem counterproductive, Ethan is escalated, and the officer hasn't done anything to de-escalate him, and he's still not responding well to him. Walking away, letting Ethan calm down and trying again with someone else is actually the best course of action at this point. As you'll see, they'll next try a good cop ploy and try to calm Ethan down. This attempt will have a bit more success.
You talk about what black stuff on your sheets?
There's black stain on the end of the bed.
No, on your... There's
On the end of the bed that are made by the weights. I saw it when I did not.
Okay, just relax now.
No, Charlie here thinks he's number one top cop.
Okay, he's gone. I'm not saying there's like from the weights, so you know how they create that black stuff.
Yeah, they make a black stain.
Weights on and off and change it all the time.
They make a black stain.
On your sheets, but how do they get on your sheets?
Charlie, whoever comes in there puts it in my room to make less noise.
What kind of weight was it? Was it a weight or a barbell or a dumbbell or?
What they did with it was they put it as a barbell and they put one of the things right here.
A collar. I don't call it a barbell.
No, one of the spinny things on this end.
The spinny things.
With 2 5s or 2 10s. I can't remember. I think it's two 10s. I can't remember.
So two 10s on each side.
No, on one side.
1 10 and then a 10, so 20 pounds.
One side that has weights on it, and they club her.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that?
How'd they get on your bed?
How did they get in my bed? All they have to do is just bring the weight, put it on my bed.
Okay. Are you saying to put the weight together on your bed?
Well, yeah.
You're a smart kid. Okay, trust me.
Yeah. So why?
You know what? And you're not a kid. You're a young man, aren't you? And you're a very smart young man.
I'm smarter than anyone I know.
This may
Ooh.
be a touch of narcissism showing, or it may be Ethan mimicking Bateman's character. At this point, it's hard to know what is actually Ethan and what is the character that he's wholeheartedly embraced as his model.
Right.
You know what? Street smarts.
I would agree.
Street smarts I got better than any stupid idiot. Everyone I know.
No,
Everyone's
you
too
don't.
easy to figure out. You know what happens? They figure out what they want.
This guy has no street smarts at
The
all.
ability to understand what people want and the right things to say and do to manipulate them to do what you want is a trademark of a budding psychopath.
You had to learn about that, right? 'Cause you didn't.
No, I didn't. I just had to watch them, and I can see
You
it.
learn. You're smart. You're a smart young man. You learned this stuff yourself, didn't you? You read books. You
It
educated
had to be
yourself.
notebooks to
Learn this
figure
stuff.
out people.
Right.
Street smarts come just naturally.
Natural for you.
Street smarts are called street smarts for a reason. People either have it or they don't.
Right.
People around here don't.
So you get educated on the street.
I get educated by being myself.
Right.
And I can see people. I can see their needs, their wants, their
You want to be
desires.
the boo?
If I want someone to even, decide that I want them to, maybe like them or do a favor for them, I can easily say what they want to hear. I do that all the time for people. I cover for my friends all the time when they cheat on their girlfriends. I tell them exactly what they want to hear. Fun. Fun to be, because people are stupid.
If Ethan's rambling is true, this is the definition of someone with antisocial traits. Individuals with antisocial personality disorder have a keen awareness of people's needs, their wants, and their desires. Ethan likely feels a bit more comfortable with this detective, so he's essentially divulging important information about his personality and his ability to be manipulative and to lie.
But this guy's
It's
so
disturbing the way he
dumb.
views other people.
He's so dumb. Cause he's just like an intelligent psychopath would understand these things about themselves, but they wouldn't be so open about it in a way that makes enemies. You know? The problem that he doesn't understand is that he's making enemies, and enemies are bad. That's not he's like not even a good psychopath, you know?
Just by what they can offer him. But this is also very classic narcissistic traits. People's value lies only in what they have to offer. This could also be another moment of Ethan mirroring Bateman's character. Ethan has brought up how he uses people, such as his mom spending money on him, that his friends are only useful to him for better weights. He also claims that he's smarter than everyone and is always telling people what they should do, and points out that he sucks up to teachers and attempts to manipulate them.
Let's just forget about the cameras, okay? We're getting so hung up and so mad about these cameras. All right?
Yeah.
Let's just forget about it, right? Let's talk about your relationship with your mother a little bit.
If you guys want to look through all the clothes I have a lot of nice clothes. She buys me nice stuff. My colognes and my colognes, Armani Code, that's $70 right there. Jean Paul Gaultier, I spent $100 on that and some deodorant. She spends nice money on me.
Okay, right. No one's saying that she's not doing that, okay?
Yeah, but now you're telling me that I'm killing her for the Dear God Fund, that I'm so dumb I get influenced by looks.
You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of things that influence our lives. There's a lot of things that you know that, right?
People who get influenced are stupid.
Do you influence your friends a little bit?
My friends?
Yeah. You should, because you're a nice guy. And so, people, if you have friends, all your friends, everyone kind of influences each other, right?
Look how, oh, but you know what? Look. They pointed it out earlier, but look. Look at him. He's closed up against this guy. He doesn't feel as confident anymore talking to this guy. Look at how he closed up again after two minutes with this guy.
Because you have things in common. That's why you're friends.
I ain't got no things in common with my friends.
Nothing at all.
I
You look
hate
way
my
too.
friends.
You look way. Yeah, that's
It's because he has better weights. He just wanted to work out. I just made it a better, since he's got better weights, then why not take advantage of it? That guy's a little small little guy. He said anything different from what I said?
I cracked him.
Do you think
Ooh.
that influences him a little bit, though? If you, he knows you can beat him up.
I don't care if I influence my friends because I don't like my friends.
Well, what I'll get back to is you said that only stupid people are influenced.
My friends are stupid.
Okay.
My friends are dumb.
I don't know your friends, so I'm
They're
not gonna say.
idiots.
I don't know your friends, so I'm not going to say whether they're
John back to seem like he's looking down could be, but I think that his confidence thing is
his
confidence mode. You know what I mean? This is his confidence thing. This is his
You're right. It's like, no doubt. I know how
not
to
as
work.
confident
I'm
anymore.
retarded like you guys.
Even though it seems like everything is making Ethan mad, he seems to be intentionally pulling the detectives into arguments to distract them, and it's working really well as a great deflector. They're caught up trying to argue points with him and engaging in a power struggle.
So you make all your own choices. No one influences you at all.
Man,
Like, what does this have to do? What is he like? What is bro talking about? Yeah.
little portions, the way I act. I developed that,
Sure.
but I don't change my whole character on that. I can change any character I want to be, because that's easy to do.
Right.
Typically, when an interrogator offers a theme, such as being influenced in this case, they would move on from it if the suspect doesn't agree. However, the officer may be trying to agree with them, so he will calm down and move on. He's also trying to stroke Ethan's ego, since he's probably figured out by now that Ethan has narcissistic and antisocial tendencies. One thing that is particularly interesting is that this disdain of his friends also is reflective of the Patrick Bateman character. It also sounds like he's getting this from his books on psychopathy. He's molded himself into this person and just built his world around it. People with antisocial traits are often considered chameleons in the sense that they can adapt themselves to practically any situation and can warm up to other people easily in order to manipulate them and get what they want. It seems that Ethan did just that. However, when it came to his mother, he supposedly felt that intimidation alone would be enough to control her. According to police documents, Judy would become upset on various occasions when Ethan's friends were at the house. Supposedly, a few of the high schoolers would use substances, and Judy did not approve. However, Ethan grew angry and regularly argued with his mother, even reportedly punching a hole in one of the home's walls. But this was just the tip of the iceberg.
Your buddy over there,
Bro literally
hasn't done his
did the
homework
fucking the
just
Kyle
because I
wall
watch
punch. No
movies.
way.
Does he not understand that most of my books, my reference books, are all on psychopaths? The psychopathic mind.
Right.
Because I've always been trying to figure this out. Who are some of the greatest and smart? Well, actually, Donald was a sissy. Gacy. Dude died. How many people did he kill? What was he? He was a hired deputy.
Bro, why are you talking about serial killers after your mom got killed? Why are you talking about serial killers? Oh fuck, whoops. Oh shit. Whoops.
Mom, let's
Oh,
get
fuck.
on the table.
Sorry.
Just because I watch movies, I've always been trying to figure this out. Who are some of the greatest and smart? Well, actually, Donald was a sissy. Gacy. Dude died. How many people did he kill? What was he? He was a hired deputy at times. Clown. Knew different people. Ted Bundy. He had a great life. This man did so many things. Great lawyer. Represented himself really great. He was a judge. But he said, I'm sorry to do this because I would have loved to have you practice in my court.
Oh, yeah. Didn't know that part.
Yeah. Well, he said that. The guy worked with the Republican Party for a little bit. He worked with some of that. He did lot
Yeah,
of
a
things.
bit of a
That was
strange move.
Amazing of character. But it all continues down to one thing. How does his mind work? American Psycho, that's just because that's what my author studies on. We got to do a big project on this author. I like Bret Easton Ellis. He's a good writer. But all this stuff, I don't know the name they call for it, the writers call for it, but it's all about making fun of the way certain things are, because, it's truly there, but, they kind of take it to a point of, you see, this is truly, absurd.
Though these are accurate observations, it seems that Ethan has taken the contents of the story to heart.
But just because a person reads a book doesn't mean that's how their life is going to be.
Let me ask you this, Ethan. Have you ever heard of cases before, or people before? And you've read a lot, so you probably have. Have you ever heard of people before who have been influenced by, listen, hold on, by books, by video games, by movies?
Everyone's heard of the Columbine shootings and all that.
Okay.
That was all those, but people use it to
Why are you talking about this when your mom just died? Exactly.
It's just they're too dumb. Of course they want to hurt someone, but they're just too dumb to create their own way.
Okay.
That's how it is. People just don't understand it like that.
They're not smart enough to
They're not making any progress though on getting any sort of he's not gonna confess. They're not making any headway with a confession whatsoever. Oh, they're not getting they know he did it. They know he did it. but they're not getting anything to help build the case right now. They're getting nothing from him. Obviously, they're gonna find, they'll find evidence in the building or whatever, right? They have the murder weapon. They have motive, opportunity, all that stuff, right? But that they can get not from him. But in terms of the actual interrogation, they're getting nothing, right?
They have that drive. They're just too dumb to actually make it happen without having seeing
Yeah,
something
prior
or
behavior.
watching
Yeah,
something.
but they're getting nothing from this
Quentin
interview.
Tarantino movies, dear
Like,
God,
nothing in
that
this is
guy
usable
passion.
It
as
seems like Ethan is going off on a tangent,
You know.
but the detective switches gears and further questions him regarding his relationship with his mother.
My mom and I have been getting along for a while now. You know, there's been times where, she's gotten on my nerves because she said my friends were too loud or something like that, and she, shut your door.
That's normal.
But, and we got into arguments like that. But whatever my old man's saying about it.
Yeah, I agree. The longer they keep him here, the more likely it is that he can fuck up, especially if he's still talking, which he is. He's verbal, right?
Arguments with your mom and your dad said he come pick you up. You stayed the night with your dad's house.
Yeah, she does that all the time, but that's because she's a whiny baby.
She gets into drama.
Yeah, she's a whiny baby. My dad comes up the next day, and I was ticked. Because I'm watching, this is when we had Dread TV. I was watching the Longest Yard, the old version. I never saw that before. I can't rent that. He makes me turn it off. He's trying to talk to me. He calls up an officer because I walk out. I'm like, you know what? You're full of crap. Because he's trying to tell me how I should feel and tell me how life is. He hasn't even been around since I was 6. He's been gone since I was 6. I made him cry when the officer left. No, I made him cry before, but he tried to hold it in. And when I went outside, the officer was like, well, it looks like your family's about to cry. I'm like, yeah, they kind of sometimes tend to do that. He's like, well, you seem to be a nice person, and you seem to just be careful and stuff. He didn't tell. I don't think he told the officer the actual situation. I'm sure all he told the officer was that I was being disruptive instead of he's taking money from me.
But damn, they could have the problem is they give him so much confidence all the way back here when they could have had him as he's not anxious anymore. Blood is just waffling. He's just waffling. I don't even know if has the anxiety anymore that he had before. If they had so much more of an opportunity right here. He was so afraid. He's not afraid anymore.
Ethan fails to mention the terrifying reason behind Judy's concerning phone calls to her ex-husband, but that will be revealed shortly.
You think that both your mom and your dad are kind of real dramatic? They kind of.
My mom, she's depressed, and I'm pretty sure that she was on the scale. But I mean, I couldn't, she was at least on the scale by the way she acted. I knew it, but.
Parents. Sometimes it's tough, man, being 16, getting along with your parents all the time, isn't it? I remember.
Well, I don't,
I remember being grounded for a year.
Back in those days, that's what the parents did. They take a swing at you until you learn how to catch that hand. It's like, you catch that hand, they ain't got no power to move.
Ethan claims that he can't remember the last time that he and Judy got into an argument. He states that recently they've been getting along. However, his definition of a harmonious relationship may be drastically different than that of his mother's.
I was talking to my stepmom about getting in with someone because my therapist, I can't see him every week. I rarely ever see him every 2 weeks if I'm lucky. But, he says to me, my dad...
Is $80 for a 36-mile Lyft ride too much? Is there no other way?
That's, every week. And I was like, well, we could just do 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. Be a lot less cheap. I was ready to slap that. I swear to God, that stuff doesn't even work. He plays music at bars to get a little extra cash. The money it's made all by the wife. And I already know when I went in there, she already thought that I did that. That I was the one that did that. I could tell,
Yeah, no, there's no censoring.
The way he talked to you, look on his face.
Well, this is real. This is actually real information right now that he's getting out of him.
I was trying to hold up vomit, bawling my eyes out and stuff. I seen dead people. I ain't never seen dead people in real life. Before I left, I covered up my mom. I started to wash out the walls, there's one, she was a big two sweating. You know, I put the dog in the cat in her room. I mean, the dog and cat were already in her room, but the dog was shaking. You know, the cat, I saw her. She usually, I mean, she's usually in that room, but she was in the weight room because she's on right and stuff. And I put her in there and just we had some stuff full of dog food and cat, and I just dumped it on the floor, filled out some water stuff, put a candle in there, and just closed the door, turned off the light. I was scared. Blood. Just like
There's a strange, sudden change in his speech patterns here, almost like a different person is talking.
Yeah.
This is probably more normal speech for Ethan,
Yeah.
and his other speech patterns have been him acting like a character modeled on Bateman.
Yeah.
It's an unnerving display and perfectly demonstrates the way that a psychopath can be a chameleon, mimicking mannerisms and gestures that aren't inherent to themselves. Ethan states that he used a couple of wash rags to wipe the blood off the walls, but it's still extremely suspicious that he even cleaned part of the crime scene before going to his dad's house.
Get anything else out of that house or anything like that?
The one thing that I know my mom always takes with her cigarettes.
I'm scared.
Well, I saw my neighbor, one of my guys, one of my neighbors, you know, I know he saw me, but you know, I kind of tried to play it off like he didn't see me. You know, I knew he was going to turn a certain way, or if he didn't, I could at least duck under some brush.
Why?
He would question it. It all go back on me and stuff. So I just kind of walk.
How did you feel when you were inside the house?
Apparently, on January 25th, 2007, while Ethan's neighbor was driving around at 1:30 in the morning, he spotted Ethan walking along the street. According to police documents, he shouted Ethan's name out of his car window. It was loud enough to where there was no doubt that Ethan could hear him. However, the teenager kept walking.
How do you feel right now?
You know why you can't do that?
It's sad.
Yeah.
You feel bad for your mom. You feel bad for yourself.
This officer is really doing a much better job with Ethan. He's much more relaxed, and there are no major signs of anxiety.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why I don't want your son doing this.
I mean, it's one of those things where you're the only one there, and we're just trying to understand if there's something to me, man.
If I really wanted to,
Do if you can.
wouldn't I put her out of her misery like in the easiest possible way?
I don't know.
I mean, truly, wouldn't you?
What?
What would that way be? What would be the easiest possible way?
Not the way she went.
Okay, what would be the easiest possible way? I think if anything would be if they're out of misery in an easy way.
No, I know. It's fine.
Do you guys have guns in the house at all?
I have some airsoft guns. It's not loaded.
I've got real guns and stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if he thinks, because he mentioned that his mom was depressed and stuff. I wonder if he was thinking, I don't know what his motivations, let's theorize what his motivations for killing his mom were. Possibility 1, just to see if he could do it and get away with it. Possibility 2, for the thrill, for the erotic thrill of emulating Patrick Bateman, who he probably has a psychosexual fantasy of. Or was it, I think that's, if I'm being honest, I think that's the most likely reason, is for like the unironically the fucking erotic thrill of it. You know how serial killers always be, right? They're all fucking sex freaks. He's probably a sex freak. He probably got off to it. 100%. 100% he got off to it. He's probably like Christian Bale looking at himself in the mirror. Literally. Like he's Christian Bale moding. He's looking at you know what I mean? What is it? The American Psycho thing when he's like fucking the girl and he looks at himself in the mirror. You know what I'm talking about, right? If you've seen the movie. Yeah.
don't know. You know, because
It's a terrible thing that happened to your mom. I mean, she, like you said, she
I
didn't
wish it
deserve
would
it.
have happened to me.
It didn't. But let's think about, you know, how terrible it was to your mom.
They had a knife.
Big
They had,
narcissist,
I don't
yeah.
have knives. I couldn't see this person who started. I knew they had a knife.
Okay.
And this, I know it's long. It's a longer knife than any of the ones I have. But he made me take the one knife that is semi-sharp.
What? Why would you give this a... He's cooked. And he's cooked. And he's cooked. And he's cooked. Wrap it up. Get him out. Smoke that pack. We're smoking on that Ethan Wyndham pack right now. He's cooked.
I mean, truly. Check it.
Rest in,
I mean, truly.
rest in
You know,
piss,
I mean,
bozo.
because I don't even know. They're probably not going to be nothing on cameras. Or I don't know.
Did they make you do that to put out her misery?
No, she was dead by that time.
Oh, before you put the knife in her head, she was already dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was already dead. But
Your knife, what kind of knife was it?
it's a small Winchester.
Ethan claims
Oh, he did put her out of her misery. Oh no. Oh no, he really did. She wasn't dead. Oh no. He tried to kill her with the weights first. And she wasn't fully dead from the weights. So he stabbed her. Oh no.
to have got the knife from his father,
Oh
and he states that he keeps it in
no.
his bedroom at his mother's house.
The only thing I can show that it wasn't me is look how deep the knife cuts were. That knife couldn't do deep knife cuts.
Too dull to do the deep.
That is
I
horrifying.
mean, it's not dull.
On lengthwise.
Lengthwise, that's what I'm saying.
So the blade on a knife isn't long enough to do all
I
that.
don't know. I mean, truly, that's the only way. I mean, if cameras show something different, I don't know what to do, man.
Wait, so all you did with that knife was stick it in her head?
Yeah, he made me.
How far into her head did it go?
I don't know. He made me just watch it. You know, he had a knife.
Where out on her head?
When he cracked her skull, there was a brain that was. I don't know what it was.
Okay, where did you stick the knife in at?
Well, he cracked it around here, man. So her eye was closed, but you could see that she still had the eyes, but you know, you could see inside. It made me lodge it, just put it in there.
Inside her brain? Or did it stick inside the skull? Where was it?
If you're sick to your stomach? Yeah, fuck. Oh, that's so fucked up.
She loved you. I mean, that's
I loved her, man.
I know you did. I know you did.
It might have been my brother, I don't know. But, you know, earlier, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't, because earlier, you know, she went out to get with him to buy groceries for him, so I'm not giving him money. I don't know.
During the afternoon of Wednesday, January 24th, just before her death, Judy, her son Mason, and his girlfriend went grocery shopping together around 6 p.m. Following their errand run, Judy made her way back to her house, while Mason and his girlfriend departed for their home. Once they arrived, Mason realized that they had accidentally taken some of Judy's food, and he quickly drove to her house. According to police documents, Mason only saw Ethan at the house, but not his mother. It's unclear as to what time this took place. However, Mason left the residence thinking nothing of the situation.
Hmm.
Little did he know he would never see his mother again.
Damn.
Listen, you know, what I'm talking about is being able to say everyone in this world does things that you look back on and say,
Did I accidentally change myself to phasmophobia? I just realized. No, I'm just chatting. Thank goodness.
No,
Now I think he's starting to be cooked. So look at him. Look at him. Hold on. Oops.
and say, I don't know why.
but I didn't do it.
Ethan, you and I both know there was another person in the house. Listen,
No, I'm.
Ethan, listen.
Man, just hug me and books me.
You know that, okay? You know that.
I know you don't. I do. I know the truth. I was there. I saw her face.
Is the persona coming out? Is it persona time? It is. It is. Persona time.
There's a delay with his illustrators here. His words come out before his hands hit the table, which is
Yeah.
another instance of brain and body misalignment.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it.
Ethan seems to resort to aggression when he's angry and emotional. He may have been having an emotional moment here, and then it's like a switch is flipped. This is a red flag indicating that when he gets angry, he may not be able to control his impulses. He seems very used to using.
I feel like when he gets, I feel like this is a, I don't know if I would say maybe defense mechanism. This is, he went gorilla mode. This is when this is how he deals with the threat or whatever. This is this is what he does. Yeah.
Using his size and aggression to
And he was
intimidate
broken down here. He was actually like crumbling. He gave them information that he stuck a knife in his own mom's head. He told them that. They didn't know that, and he told them that. And now he's like,
control others, like his mother. The officer handles this perfectly by not even seeming to blink and stands his ground. But he also doesn't push, just allows Ethan to react and show more of who he really is.
I didn't do it. You want me to spell it out? Paper off. I'm ready. I'm ready.
He's not even reacting. He's not even reacting. What happened to the audio here?
Ethan turns dark here as he maintains unwavering eye contact with the detective.
He's trying to intimidate
The
him.
teenager's
Yeah.
intimidation tactics
Not
are like
working.
those of someone much older and far more experienced at victimizing others. He inquires about the detective's personal life, but the detective leaves before Ethan can berate him any further. While he's waiting, Ethan begins a string of odd behavior. Finally, the detective re-enters the room where Ethan appears to have calmed down.
He woke up and went in. He woke up that loud tongue. He went in and saw this guy.
That detective kind of actually fucked on him. You see that, by the way? We saw it, of course. But that move right here, of just once he starts with his gorilla mode, bro just like literally people leaves. He dono walls them and people leaves. I can't believe it. He actually dono walled
the
him.
detective's personal life, but the detective
And it worked.
leaves before Ethan
And it
can read him
worked.
any further. While he's waiting, he enters the room where Ethan appears to have calmed down.
He woke up and went in. He woke up that loud tongue. He went in and saw this guy in the mom's room. He said it was real dark and couldn't make out who it was or anything, but that he had stabbed your mother, right? He said she had a knife.
Parting child act now? True. True.
What did he do with that?
New strategy. New strategy. He's trying a new move. He switched forms. He's like, okay, strategy 1 and 2 didn't work on this guy. I need a new strategy, which is I need to be a little sad boy. But the problem is, I don't know if he's got any experience with this kind of personality. Because he's gonna, I think there's a couple different, like, a lot of it comes down to experience, right? And if he doesn't know how to beat this guy and he can't figure out how to beat this guy, he's fucked. So he's gonna try some new strategies that work on him. Just throwing them out there. And if they don't work after about like 20, like not even like 2 minutes or so of it not working or whatever, if it's very clear, he's just gonna switch up. He'll switch super quick. I guarantee you. He'll switch. This personality will not last very long if it is ineffective.
Ethan claims that he has no idea what the person looked like, but he alleges that it could have been his brother, Mason.
But what would be a really effective strategy from this officer here would be to pretend, because this is, I think this is an improv move, would be to pretend that this is working on him when it's really not. Oh fuck me! I keep accidentally hitting the back button. Fucking Christ. Sorry. 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 Okay. Anyway. He can pretend that this is effective or something, or he can pretend, or he can be honest. Time to kill that button. I'm sorry. Or he can just be... Have they gotten to why? Like, maybe she wanted him to get a job and play less CSGO Minecraft. He didn't kill her for that reason. In my opinion, he killed her to... This is my theory, okay? This is my theory. Word for word, my theory is he killed her to live out a psychological, sexual fantasy of him being Patrick Bateman. This is why I think he killed her. I think he's a sex freak, personally. That's my theory. There was no other motivation than that.
Ethan claims that he has no idea what the person looked like, but he alleges that it could have been his brother, Mason.
I think that he's, what is it? You know, what's the meme of like being sapiosexual, like attracted to intelligence or something? I think he's auto-sapiosexual, where he's sexually turned on by the thought of his own intelligence. That's my theory. Okay. When New Blanchard were dropped. All I'm saying is, if in the next 40 minutes, at any point, one of the pieces of evidence is come, at any point in these next 40 minutes, I want all of chat to, for the rest of eternity, praise me as the fucking, as an absolute prophet, okay? I want the praise of it, okay? If I call it, holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
When you came back inside, were you afraid of this guy? How come you didn't run out the garage door?
And the opposite side of things, I'm just a silly little girl who made a silly little funny little theory. And it's not my fault for being wrong, because it was just a silly theory.
I wasn't able to quit. I didn't have no clothes.
You're taking.
No, I mean, I had like some shorts and t-shirt. I didn't have no gear at all.
Could you run over to some friend's house or something like that and call police and say there's a man in my house?
When he's confronted with something, Ethan keeps saying, yeah, but. He's trying to weakly justify what he did, and the detective is slowly poking more and more holes in his story.
Ooh.
What would prompt you to go back inside? What would prompt you to go back inside with the guy with the knife?
To comply with them.
Okay, but you were out in the garage with the door closed. He couldn't kill you if you were outside.
Yeah, but I mean, he locked the door. He locked the door. Just knock. He find some money. Find some money, I wasn't even playing on games.
The detective is likely under the impression that Ethan's spinning a complete lie. However, he doesn't want to outright confront him
Yeah,
again,
he's 16.
seeing how the
He's
teenager's
16.
emotions can go from one extreme to the next.
He's 16, he killed his mom.
Why? Because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't want anyone, coming over to our house or calling, because I tried to find her cell phone. I couldn't find it, but I didn't want no one.
I feel like the best possible defense for this guy is going for, like, this guy could plead insanity, in my opinion, fairly convincingly, if he just acted way more honest and stupid. You know? Those are the two things that he would just have to do. Just plead insanity or, like, whatever, and just be more honest and more stupid. You know? Like, what happened? I killed her. Why? I just wanted to. I guess. Just wanted to see what happened. I don't know. Don't have a real reason. Just be a little stupid, Had. But unfortunately, he's...
That's the best to get. We're out somewhere else. Because I was just wandering the streets. I didn't know where I was going to go at first.
Think about being
Strangely
stupid as a
enough,
person
following his
doesn't
mother's
realize,
gruesome death, Ethan decided to change the voice message on the answering machine for their home phone.
Hey, this is the Wyndham residence. If you're trying to reach you or Ethan, we're actually out in Washington right now. I have a couple of family problems, so we had to take a trip out there. I'm sure we'll be in back by next week.
Bro is so stupid.
But this was only one of two messages that Ethan made.
God.
In another chilling recording, we're able to hear what he sent to one of his friends the same night his mother died. The messages are cause for suspicion, to say the least.
Yeah.
But the disturbing fact lies in their similarities to the movie American Psycho.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, bro.
The film, after murdering one of his victims, Patrick Bateman changes their answering machine, stating that they would be out of town. After taking the lives of several other victims, he calls his secretary, informing her that he would not be coming into work the next day. The eerie resemblance between Ethan's behavior and the film character's actions have authorities extremely on edge as they brace themselves for what's about to come next.
Yeah, Brittany, I made that joke a fucking hour and a half ago, but you weren't here. My theory's more and more likely. I mean, it was 100% for the, like, psycho... Like, so the question is... Okay, sorry. My theory is I'm introducing a new element of the sexual theory into it, okay? But the obvious thing is that he did it for the psychological gratification of imitating Patrick Bateman. But I think that it's not just a psychological gratification, but I think it's psychosexual. Okay, I think he got off on it. Okay, if he doesn't get off on it, my theory is wrong. Basically, he has to get off on it.
This whole time inside the house, and you never once try to take him off. You never once. He's a smaller guy than you. You're a
It's a big knife. If he's that friendly, I ain't gonna take no chances.
What happened to all his confidence and all of his bravado?
This guy got into your house. I have no idea. There's no explanation. Like what? Name one. He can get into the back. He can get into windows. Our backyard. A lot of our windows don't have windows. That window or front window.
Inferiority, superiority complex. He feels powerless, so he tries to prove his worth superiority by using might. Sex power in the world versus cops and finesses.
No person coming into your house and doing this.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he has an inferiority complex at all. I don't think so. I don't think he has an inferiority complex.
People on drugs don't just randomly pick a house and go in there and do
I think he has a huge ego. But I don't think he thinks he's
Ethan is again
inferior.
saying you know, which is another sign of deception, because he's trying to convince the detective. A question that he never really answers at this point is why he didn't try to attack or stop the person who killed his mom. The officer does a
He's
good
aware
job
he's a
getting
bit
him to
dirty and
admit he
whiny.
knows how to fight and take care of himself, which is a great way to confront this inconsistency in his story.
There's a reason. You and I just can't come to an understanding.
Oh, did he attack him on what I said? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Was he the...
There's any explanation for this? Some unknown person coming into your house and doing this?
Oh, okay, never mind. The thing is, his parents seemed like he was able to, like, overpower them generally in every aspect. Like, I don't think his parents felt like they had power over him at all. So he seemed to actually get away with, with, with that. Oh, fuck, sorry. I'm so fucking out of it. Sorry, I'm so fucking out of it.
Front detective is like,
Oh my god, what'd I do? I just...
hearing be out that he worked.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm so out of it. I'm ruining this video. Okay, here we go. Fucking hell. I don't have pants on. It's not my fault.
Ethan is again saying you know, which is another sign of deception, because he's trying to convince the detective. A question that he never really answers at this point is why he didn't try to attack or stop the person who killed his mom.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
The officer does a good job getting him to admit he knows how to fight and take
Yeah.
care of himself, which is a great way to confront this inconsistency in his story.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
That's what I was saying.
I just can't come to an understanding. Didn't tell me your reason. I don't know the reason, Ethan. That's why I want to talk to you. That's why I keep talking to you, Ethan.
Ethan's attempt to put on an innocent facade is masking an array of dark and twisted secrets. But little does he know, authorities are learning new information as they speak.
Yep.
Judy's best friend has plenty to say about the disturbed 16-year-old.
He bullied her, and she says, he scares me. She said that. I'm not making it up. And that's when I told her, I said, you know, it's not normal to be afraid of your own kid. And I said, he needs his ass kicked, is what I said. And I said, we can arrange that. But, you know, she's my best friend, and I don't want him to be hurt or anything, and neither did she. I don't think she wanted him to hate her any more than he already did, which is sad because she was the only one that did anything for him ever.
How did she spend her time after school?
She slept. Depressed people do that a lot. She didn't like to do things in her house.
Why'd they call me out like that? Come on. Why'd they call me out for sleeping too much?
In the backyard,
Fucking
turning over the dirt and she goes,
whatever.
grass? Or she was, no, I was just digging. I'm like, okay. And she walked a lot.
Did she say why she liked to be outside so much?
You know, I kind of, now I look back and I think, well, probably she didn't want to be in the house with Ethan, and, you know, that stress, that tension, because of the knife. Even when I go over there, it's an uncomfortable feeling.
Apparently, Ethan's concerning behavior had drastically escalated during the course of the
Thanks for
previous
keeping me
year.
company. Thanks
The
for
once
watching.
quiet teenager
First
was
time chatter.
transforming into someone completely different. He reportedly
Have a good
became
night.
abrasive while puffing his chest out at everyone. Not only that, but according to police documents, Ethan was supposedly using various substances, though this has never been confirmed. In an anonymous statement given to authorities, one of Ethan's assumed-to-be friends stated that he'd apparently taken some of his pills to a party. There he allegedly handed them out to other students, the reason being so that the partygoers could snort them, and the behaviors
I think that he wanted to kill someone. And I think that his mum was an easy target for him to kill. I think that's it. Like, I think he wanted to be like his serial killer idols. He wanted to be like Patrick Bateman. Oh my god, that scared me so much. Excuse me, Siri? Please never do that ever again. Thank you. Holy moly. I think he wanted to be like a serial killer idols. and she was, she was depressed and had serious health issues because she got hit with the car, and he'd already demonstrated that he could overpower her in terms of like, I don't know what the word is, like threatening her, or you know what I mean? Like he could get her to do things for him. He basically took control of the house from her. So he'd already kind of demonstrated that he had the power. So the next logical step of escalating to be like his idol was to kill someone, I guess. And she just was, yeah.
And again mimicked those of Patrick Bateman.
I don't know.
During
That's
the
what I
course of
think.
the
That's
story,
what I think.
Patrick's dismissiveness, substance use, and aggression all increased in intensity, much like Ethan's alleged recent conduct. But that wasn't all. One of Judy's neighbors recalled the roaring arguments that could be overheard at Judy's residence. They stated that the altercation seemed to have recently leveled off. However, Judy apparently expressed her feelings of terror to them in regard to her youngest son. Despite her fear, Judy never gave up on working towards a better relationship with Ethan, but he was not so willing. In fact, Ethan's rage was supposedly morphing into horrifying acts of violence against his own mother.
Yeah.
He'd allegedly hit Judy at one point, although the incident isn't clearly explained. According to police documents, he would reportedly go so far as throwing her against a wall during an argument before spitting in her face. According to one anonymous statement, Ethan reportedly claimed, "I hate my mom, I want to kill her." In addition, police would learn that Ethan apparently told his brother that Judy would eventually get what she deserved.
She had no control. He had no discipline. I thought, before I heard the weapon thing earlier that day, I thought, I bet he just snapped. They were arguing or something, and he just snapped and beat the crap out of her.
Judy was living in constant fear, yet she still wanted nothing but the best for her child, and everyone could see that but Ethan. He wouldn't be satisfied until he got exactly what he wanted, even if it meant committing the unthinkable.
One would come into your house and sneak around and go to your weight room. I mean, how would anyone know where your weights are?
If they come through that window, then you just found the weights.
Okay, so if you were gonna come through into someone's house and happen upon these weights and you manipulate these weights to use the weapon, what would make you pick those weights up from the room that you're already in, go into an adjoining room, or not an adjoining room, but another room, and then manipulate those weights in another room before going out into the hallway? See, Nathan, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
it sounds like someone who lives there. Great big guy like you, big strong guy sitting in a chair in the living room, and your small little mother sleeping in her bed, and this guy comes into the house with a weight and manipulates this weight in your room as a weapon, and then comes out of the room. Why would he choose your mother over you? Aren't you the threat to him?
I don't know.
Aren't you the big guy?
Why do you ask me these questions? How am I supposed to think of it in his way? I'm not this guy.
Because you're the one who's telling me this.
I'm telling you as about as much as I can figure. If you guys have got some other explanation, maybe he didn't. Maybe he changed the weights in that room. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Right?
All I can do is assume. But that's about it.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, like what the detective said, right? If it's a complete stranger, why kill the sleeping mom and not the fucking big ass meathead? Like kid. Like what? What kind of idiot? What kind of fucking dumbass?
You're assuming. I think you know. And that's why you're telling me this. That's why you would know that you take the weight up from one room, take it into another room, use the bed, so it doesn't make a sound.
All I can tell you is I'm speculating.
Some guy's going to come in and rob, already has a knife.
Yeah, why would he?
Take time to manipulate a weight. Okay, now he has a weight and a knife.
Well, he has a knife, literally.
What happens if you don't stand the person in the right spot?
They don't die.
That's right. They make noise. Man, I'm only speculating. Okay, what do you guys?
What does that mean? What happens if you stab the wrong spot? What happens if the weight doesn't work as a weapon either? Like, what is his point here?
I just say the same thing about you. You know, everything you're telling me. How do I know you didn't do this?
I can tell you where I was at. So it wasn't at your house.
Ethan begins another attempt at deflection, but the detective doesn't play his game. Instead, he questions Ethan about a most unsettling topic.
My question for you is, a guy who studies these psychology books that you have,
Yeah.
and these crime scene evidence books that you have, and all these videos.
What crime scene evidence books?
Crime scene investigation books in your room.
What crime scene investigation books?
And the videos that you have.
No, what crime scene investigation books?
The ones in your room.
I got one forensic book that I never read. You want to know who gave that to my grandparents? I never read that.
All right, still in your room. Okay.
Okay.
You have these psychology books. You have all these videos on serial killers. You have all these books on serial killers.
I have all these books. No, I don't.
So
He keeps look at him deflected. Look at his deflections.
How many books do I have on serial killers? One.
How many? How many? Look.
All the other ones.
He's trying to argue on these little points instead of letting him.
It was called American Psycho.
Okay. So on top of that, okay, so you read all this stuff, right?
I read that book, yeah.
What do you do in the morning? Every morning when you get up, what do you do?
I wake up, 6:45. I usually sleep in a little bit. Take a shower, put my contacts in, take a shower. Then I go, sometimes I have my clothes already out. Other times I just, grab my clothes as I go.
You ever put any stuff on your face?
Not usually, I don't have enough time.
Okay. We've done that in the past. It's kind of a routine when you get up in the morning, you put this cream stuff on your face.
What?
Mask type stuff.
I've used a mask. I've used a mask pill. It's relaxing for your face.
This is intriguing considering that
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman had a very elaborate morning
Yeah.
routine that included exercise as well as a multi-step skincare regimen that
Yeah,
he followed religiously.
right? What's
Of course,
bro
what
doing?
16-year-old boy wouldn't enjoy using a calming face mask? Or at least Ethan would like us to believe that he wasn't modeling his own behavior after that of his fictional bloodthirsty idol. It only becomes more eerie from here.
I'll tell you how little studying I've done on actual serial killers. All those books. If you'd like to read through them, one, I'll tell you which books I've read. And two, if you read through them, most of them aren't about killers. Most of them are about the manipulative type. The type that just live on every day. They're everyday citizens. Don't get into big trouble.
Okay, which books are these? Which books are these?
The psychopath books.
Okay.
By Robert D. Hare.
Is there a series of them?
He's the one that actually created the PCLR. It's the psychopathy checklist.
It's ironic that Ethan talks so much about how most of the books he reads are about manipulative people, and he starts to describe himself. He's been playing semantics and going down rabbit holes to avoid talking about the real issue, which is who killed his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Even at this point, Ethan is still trying to manipulate the officer and trying to take control of where this is going. However, the officer does a good job staying focused. Ethan's fascination with the criminal mind was of particular notice to his teachers. During one class, Ethan apparently expressed to his fellow students that he was having thoughts of killing. Chillingly, he went on, supposedly claiming that there would be times when the thought was so overwhelming that he was unable to sleep. Ethan reportedly mentioned that he doesn't feel love, or any emotion for that matter, and allegedly confided in 2 separate anonymous sources that he wanted to be a psychopath and a famous serial killer.
Oh my god,
In
bro.
addition, he apparently spoke with one of his classmates, reportedly stating something along the lines of ripping her head off before supposedly laughing in her face.
American Psycho doesn't even have to do with real psychos. You know how false that is from how actual psychopaths are?
I don't know. I've never been on that side.
That guy is he's so perfect and so well mannered that it's impossible. Most psychopaths are impulsive. They don't respond well to irritability. This guy's too nice and acts good around people, and he's not as manipulative
This
as an
isn't
actual
you?
psychopath is. It's just
You're not him?
It was almost as if he wanted to be exactly like Patrick Bateman. Ethan supposedly began to dress in business suits while carrying a briefcase, just as the fictional character does.
He's so
But
pretty.
most
He's so
perplexing
you.
was his shift in behavior, as his cold and callous demeanor was something that he wore almost as a badge of honor.
And she would be in tears and say that, that they had an altercation. Generally, it seemed like it was keeping a lot of friends over, and she wouldn't allow it, and kind of just normal stuff that I think that he could push her around and get away with it. I never had any problems like that. A week or so ago, he had kind of a
Serial killers
blowout
don't
with
become
my
famous till they're caught.
and we
Yeah.
both got along all right, but that was the first time I was aware of.
You would never hurt
seeing it
anybody?
firsthand. He exploded and was
We
like,
know what you did.
she was like, get him out of here, take him home. He said he was homicidal more than once. He had an altercation at school where he was brought to the juvenile detention for hitting a kid or pushing a kid or something. And that's still pending. Like at that time, he had said something like, "Well, I'll just act psychotic and I'll put me in a mountain." And so, I mean, more than once he's threatened or made comment about being committed.
According to police documents, Ethan apparently wished to be committed to a mental institution,
Oh my
but his
God.
request was never granted.
Ooh,
Although it is unclear if he truly
owned.
believed that he needed help.
She called me up frantic and said, "You gotta have to come and
He wanted to be like, he wanted fame.
I'm afraid. I thought she should be over dramatic.
It's
She's like, "I'm
crazy.
afraid he's gonna kill me in my sleep."
Despite Judy's fear, it seemed like no one was listening. However, the shocking information that Ethan is about to divulge will undeniably prove that she had good reason to live in constant fear.
You're a psychopath. 20? Man, I as a psychopath, I'd be truly impulsive. I don't get into fights often. I'm not having promiscuous sex. Then on top of that, you can't diagnose someone under the age of 18 as a psychopath.
Is there anything else you want to tell me, Ethan? Anything you want to talk about?
Like what?
I'm asking you because I'm getting ready to walk out of here. So I'm giving you the opportunity to make me want to ask you about today.
I do have to defecate.
I'll arrange for you to go to the restroom here in a second. Okay?
No, wait. Okay, so what happened? Okay, how long will I be more in here?
Ethan, I'll be honest with you, okay? You and your mother were in that home, okay?
I already know what you guys' opinion is.
And only you and your mother.
I already know what you guys' opinion is. I'm just asking. I didn't ask what your opinion was. I already know what it is.
What are you asking?
How long am I going to be here? And then where am I going from here?
Not much longer.
Not much
I'll
longer.
decide where you're going to go from here.
Huh?
And I'll decide where you're going to go from here.
Where's that?
Okay? Well, it's either going to be in jail or out of I think you're going to jail.
Do I get my own cell?
You're not going to juvenile detention either.
No, do I get my own cell?
I don't know. I don't run the jail. Why do you need your own cell?
Well, no, I just like to be more alone than have to share it with some guy. I could actually get them sleep.
Oh my
I don't have
God.
a contact space either.
Ethan doesn't seem to understand the magnitude of the harrowing situation at hand.
No, he doesn't.
His own mother is dead, but he simply doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
I've been nice, but you know, I can be mean too.
There's no, don't want to be mean. You don't have to be mean.
No, I don't.
Where does that get you?
But why are you?
Why am I being mean? How am I being mean? By sending you to jail?
No,
Killing your
I
mother.
didn't say. No, for even accusing me of that. And then telling me that
He accusing me of killing my mom is mean.
And then also, you're talking about, I can tell when people are mad. Talking about big thing.
What?
Trust me, it's not personal. All right? You killed your mother. You'll stand
Tell me that.
Tell me the truth, and I can arrange for you to get your own cell. That I can promise you.
There is a law in a few states that is called the Hope of Benefit Clause. Basically, it says that a confession is inadmissible if it was induced by the remotest fear of injury. This is very rare, and it usually involves a statement made after the person is threatened to be physically harmed,
Did he
or a
fuck up,
promise
though?
that they would receive a lesser sentence if they confess.
Oof.
In this case, Ethan asked for a private cell, and the officer said he would see what he could do.
Oh,
the officer also
no.
said, "Tell me the truth and I will give you the cell."
Oh, he fucking
However, it's important to
threw.
remember that the Supreme Court has said that police can lie to suspects, and the officer could be lying. In this case, though, it's not coercion because Ethan said he would tell the truth if he got his own cell, and the officer knows that this is a juvenile case and because of the charges, would get his own cell anyway.
Oh, okay.
Sure, I guess I did.
Oh
Yes,
my
I did.
God, bro. He fucking, no way. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. No way. No way. No way. All he did was say, I'll see if I can get you your own cell. And bro goes, yep, I did it. Okay.
How did you do it?
A whack in the head.
Okay, how'd you whack her in the head?
No.
Easily.
Okay, how easy was it? All right.
That's how easy it was.
Okay, tell me about it.
What do you want to know?
Start from what started it?
I was up at night. I've been having lots
But
of
did he
dreams.
fumble? Did the
That's what I
detective fumble by promising that? I know that the guy said it's unclear. But it's so crazy how quickly this made him just tell everything.
Calm myself down. It was just a calling. It
Oh
was
my
growing
God.
inside me. I told my psychiatrist, my therapist, that this has been growing inside my full time. Hey, listen.
He wants to make his story though. Oh my god, he's
Growing inside of me.
What's growing inside of you, Ethan?
Killing.
I'm killing.
A need for killing.
This is almost a direct quote from Patrick Bateman. It's growing inside of
yeah,
me.
he's
the need
this is
for
this is
killing.
not a real person speaking. This is not a real person at all right here.
I don't know what it happens.
Not at all a real person talking right now. This is like he's like probably rehearsed this, I think. He's probably rehearsed this many times of how he would confess and stuff. This is like he's rehearsed this or something. He's thought about this every night before bed, probably for like fucking weeks.
It was the pain in my body. I don't even know what the hell those were.
It's not a
They
real
weren't even
person
pain. They were just
speaking.
body aches. Made me off balance.
Okay, so what happened last night? Tell me.
Was I slept late? Couldn't sleep nothing. It just happened from there.
Couldn't sleep,
Oh,
nothing.
Something to make you mad?
Nope.
So you whacked her with the weights? Where?
And then,
How many times?
I didn't count.
Approximately. Yes.
I don't remember. She kept making, it was either she was making noise or Rains was making noise.
Like what kind of noise?
Is a noise.
A hissing sound?
Kind of a hissing sound. I'm pretty sure it was the freaking brain.
Oh my god, frickin' Bran. He's so fucking... Dude, fuck this guy though, for real.
Okay. Gurgling? A gurgling and a hissing sound?
Yeah.
Okay. As you hit her with the weights?
No,
How hard did you hit her? Real hard?
She uses both hands.
Both hands on the end of the dumbbell?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing I don't like about this, personally, is that the thing that I don't like about this is... I almost would have rather they didn't get the confession from him than have him get to give his, like, epic moment and feel happy about it. He probably fucking loves this right now. And I wish, more than anything, that he didn't get this moment. I wish he got sentenced without ever getting to have this moment.
Times is real hard.
You know?
Just whacked her. Yeah. I hit her in one shot to the side of the head. I wasn't sure if she was going to scream or not.
Okay. One wasn't good enough?
I guess not, because I wasn't sure if she was going to scream or not. I couldn't tell if she was alive or not. Making noises?
Sadly, Judy's worst fear came true, and worse. Ethan doesn't seem to have the least bit of remorse. In fact, it seems that he may have been planning the sickening act all along.
Of
Throughout
course.
the confessions, he's coming across as arrogant, defiant, and confrontational. But what he's not showing is emotion.
Yeah.
Instead, it seems like he's telling this officer that he doesn't care at all.
He's
And
giving
in
his-
fact, he's proud of what
This
he
is
did.
pre-rehearsed story,
Then I
though.
stabbed her.
What's what?
A knife.
What knife?
Knife. Charlie, you give me something extra if I tell you where it is?
What else can I give you, man? You want me to stand before... What, man? What else can I give you? I'm giving you your own cell, man.
So I'm
I'll
going to
have
have
my
to...
boss call over there as soon as we're done here and make an arrangement for you to have your own cell.
All right, and do I have to... So I'm going to have to go to court. Is this true?
Yeah, you don't have to go to court. That's part of the system.
Charlie, I'm not already guilty?
Well, you still have to go to court and say whether you're guilty or not. I mean, come on, dude, you know.
Do I get some... Wait. Wait. I don't have no things. I ain't got no shavers. I don't have my deodorants or nothing.
We can get just personal body hygiene stuff.
Yeah, my
that.
personal hot body hygiene.
Your personal stuff?
Can you do that?
What kind of personal hygiene stuff? Come on, you.
Armani and Jean-Paul Gaultier. I use them everywhere.
Ethan was fantasizing about killing someone for quite some time.
Yeah.
Authorities would eventually locate his school planner, where they found several drawings of women being horrifically tortured and murdered. In the right-hand corner of one of the pages was a chilling to-do list. It reads, 1. Kill everyone. 2. Cut them into pieces. 3. Fry organs like the heart and brain and see how it tastes. And 4. Heart is an okay organ to eat if fried. It seemed that Ethan wanted to do much more than just commit murder. This is almost identical to the American Psycho movie at the end when the secretary is looking through Bateman's planner.
You said you hit your mom twice with a dumbbell.
More than twice.
More than twice.
I don't know how many times. Did I stab her?
Less than 10? More than 10?
Yep, I did it, officer. Now I want my designer hygiene product and a suit and a briefcase.
Stabbed her in the heart a couple of times.
With what?
The knife.
Which knife? The Winchester knife or a bigger knife?
Special knife.
Okay. What special knife? Where'd you get the special knife?
Oh my god.
Yeah. My brother, when he moved into that new house, the house was owned by some craftsmen. Those knives were just lying around. He didn't use those.
Okay.
I took that one from him because it was a special butterfly knife with a ring finger.
Okay.
Not many people have most of those. I know how to use a knife
Right.
real well. Real well.
Yeah, he's just.
But I couldn't get in the angle for the 3-shot kill.
What's a 3-shot kill? What are you talking about?
One right here. One right here. One right here. It's a 1, a 2, and a 3.
He thinks he's so cool.
All the same quick motion. 1, 2, 3. Yep. But you
Ugh.
couldn't get that because of the way she was laying. How was she laying?
She's on her side.
I wanted him to take an L.
Thought I stabbed her in the heart because I was checking where my own heart was. I thought I stabbed her around there. Still, there was hissing coming from there. Or gurgling, I don't know what the hell it was. So I stabbed her in the lungs. And I don't know, maybe I slit her throat before I stabbed her in the lungs. I can't remember. I think I stabbed her in the lungs and then slit her throat. A lot of stab wounds there. And they are more than just superficial.
Okay. They're real good deep stab wounds, is what you're saying?
It's like, I've never seen actual skin be torn apart.
I want him to ask, why did he try to clean it up now? Now the important part, I don't think the interrogator's gonna do it, because he doesn't need to, but I wish he fucked with him more emotionally. I wish he asked him, why'd you try to clean it up? What happened? Why did you cover it? Why'd you try to clean it up?
It's like paper, but worse.
Worse?
Yeah. It's, clay kind of thing, you just spread it apart. That's how it is, kind of elastic. It's weird.
Kind of rip or?
Oh, no, I just went right in there. It just got through there. No problem.
Pretty sharp butter knife.
I'm almost certain this bro freaked out after he did it and panicked.
Butterfly knife.
This thing's a monster. I had the glove over her mouth the whole time. What I thought was her mouth.
What glove?
A blind one.
Not sure if you slit her throat.
I thought I did, but I wasn't sure. I tried to make the motion. It's harder than it looks.
Okay. Did you do anything else after that?
I think I whacked her once more time.
What's a dumbbell?
Yeah.
How does the Winchester knife come into it?
It's just a ruse, Holmes.
That was just a
Another knife stuck in
ruse.
there. Okay. Where's the butterfly knife?
Very close by. Very, very close by. So your best is another best by the wall.
Okay.
There's a bridge that goes. I tried to hook it over a little fence. I didn't even make it over there.
Unfortunately, the butterfly knife used in the gruesome murder would never be found.
What'd you do with your clothes?
What clothes?
Clothes you were wearing when you did this?
There's no one.
Was it the same clothes?
Yeah.
How'd you get the blood off you?
There was no blood.
No blood at all on you?
Charlie, all got on my arms.
On your gloves?
Yeah. I made sure it didn't get all over. I mean, though there was some splatters, I got lucky.
What'd you do afterwards?
Afterwards, what?
After you stabbed her and cleaned up?
Clean myself up. Put the blanket over. Stuff over. Fed the dog, cats, gave them their water. Put them in that room. Put the candle in there. Didn't find no money. She usually keeps it in person. Didn't find that for. So, just grabbed as many energy drinks I could. Grabbed some of my medicine. Just got it all booted up. Walked.
Strangely, Ethan also scattered cat and dog food on Judy's bedroom floor before making his way to his father's house. Ethan murdered his mother in the late-night hours of Wednesday, January 24th, but he wouldn't arrive at his father's house until early the next day.
Did he go to his dad's house to kill him?
Nothing.
You don't feel nothing about it?
No.
Feel good about it?
I feel good about it. I told you, I don't feel nothing. I don't regret nothing. I already knew it was getting this way. I had my guy send him a letter. I don't know what the letter said.
My guy?
I was supposed to meet with him next week, Friday. Funny thing is, though, he's a psychiatrist at the jail.
What?
No, it's pretty fun, huh?
Kind of ironic.
And it's pretty funny. I already told him I've been having, these thoughts. Been always there. 8th grade, always
What
there.
is bro talking about?
Always there, just growing inside. Just
Maybe he
growing.
just isn't smart enough to feel anything? I don't know.
That's how it's always been. That's just life.
He might not feel much, but yeah, he's not smart, unfortunately.
Something pretty
His acts are very obvious, you know?
too late,
His little show here is very obvious.
Going downtown
So it's very boring.
They're worthless bumps. You know what? They live on the street, make up all these excuses for why they can't work. That shit.
This is another American Psycho movie reference.
Mhm.
I thought of going downtown to stab a couple bums. The interrogation has revealed countless ways that Ethan is trying to be the same as Bateman. In the movie, Bateman kills without provocation and purpose. Ethan said that he wasn't provoked by and did not have a specific purpose for killing his mother. Throughout the movie, Bateman tells people of his homicidal thoughts, and Ethan shared his homicidal thoughts with many people as well. Bateman tells people in the movie that he is insane, and Ethan told friends and students he was a psychopath. Bateman states that something horrible is happening inside him and that he cannot explain it, and Ethan made eerily similar statements about something growing inside him and having feelings he cannot explain. After killing, Bateman changes the answering machine to reflect the victim being out of town. After killing, Ethan does the same thing to their answering machine. It's unclear if Ethan even knows which parts of himself are real and which are just trying to copy a fictional character.
Yeah.
Mom's the closest.
Yeah, she was there. I was just,
He's delusional. He's so delusional.
And heard me leave because she wakes up.
Yeah, it's
quite easily.
embarrassing.
Then that would have been left with some plans. So.
It does make me laugh, actually, that
Besides,
his video
kill a couple of bumps anyway.
is...
Why not after the list?
What?
What,
It was
so she woke up.
gas?
You
What?
get ready to leave? Oh, no.
No, she was asleep.
She would have woke up, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, probably.
Got ready to leave, so.
Probably. She probably would have woke up. I was thinking about that. And I was like, well,
Is this all after you're done watching TV?
No, I'm just trying to go to sleep
Oh,
Bedtime
something
sleep,
terrible
right?
happened.
Sure,
Oh, I
that's
get
it.
it.
in bed.
You don't feel bad about what you did at all.
I'm so silly.
You're okay with it?
Buddy. There's things in
Buddy.
life that I want people to understand. I was meant to be born. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have even been around. I should have been.
The Aryan Brotherhood can have him.
There's a law in
Yeah,
part.
no. I
I
don't know.
screwed up at once. It's just called luck. That's just how it is. All this God, this faith thing. Ain't there. You either get lucky, or you don't. Ain't get lucky.
Following the unbelievably shocking and callous confession, Ethan is placed under arrest and taken to jail. Consistent with what we've seen so far, in no way does he even show 1 ounce of regret for his monstrous actions. After taking a closer look into Ethan's home, a mountain of evidence was uncovered. In Ethan's bedroom were 2 toy figures, one of a man holding a chainsaw and a shotgun, while the second was none other than a replica of Patrick Bateman.
Your little model.
They also discovered a rolled-up dollar bill with white residue next to his computer. In addition, they also found a blue American body armor ballistic vest in the living room. According to one of the reporting officers, he
Alright,
noted
this is
that
the
from
moment.
his training and experience, it's common behavior amongst many previous school shooters to have owned a vest of this type,
Yeah,
while
he
also
did
murdering
have-
one or both parents.
He did have school
This
shooter
discovery led
vibes.
authorities to believe that Ethan may have also been planning a school
Yeah,
shooting.
for sure, for sure.
Not only that, but investigators located the many films and books that Ethan grew to love. Some of the most notable movies being that of American Psycho, Gacy, Ted Bundy, Dahmer, Serial Killers, Natural Born Killers, and The Shining. His book collection included many famous titles. Of course, American Psycho, but also Bad Men Do What Good Men Dream, The Psychopathic Mind, Snakes and Suits, and Forensics True Crime Scene Investigations. It's clear that American Psycho made the biggest impact on Ethan, and in the end, police shockingly found 25 different ways in which Ethan imitated the character Patrick Bateman. In addition to the previously mentioned similarities, Ethan would also share thoughts of committing a homicide. He would regularly control Judy. He idolized material possessions such as high-brand cologne and body wash. He apparently bragged about having meaningless intercourse. He expressed how he wanted to murder the homeless, and how he believed that his friends are stupid. But most eerily of all, the teenager wanted to fulfill his disgusting desire to murder someone in cold blood, and he chose his own mother. In December of 2007, Ethan Wyndham was charged as an adult with first-degree murder. He eventually pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. However, in 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that life sentences for juveniles were in violation of the Eighth Amendment, where cruel and unusual punishment is prohibited. As a result, in 2019, Ethan was resentenced to 26 years behind bars. He's already served 16. He will be eligible for parole in 2033.
Oh my god, I guess my theory of him being a sex pest might have been wrong. Right, isn't that scary? 10 more years, this guy... Well, let's be real. Bro is not getting paroled. I'm sorry, but... You know he'll kill again? I don't think he's getting out. I don't think so. You know. He was re-sentenced to life without parole again. Fucking owned. Owned. Owned.